Now, before you and I begin delving into the study top 5 can't miss sports supplements, or I should say a narrative review of randomized controlled trials that show robust evidence and efficacy in regards to their top 5. I would like to show you the reference material and example right here. In this case, we'll utilize creatine of the RCT trials. The reason I like to show this to you is because I want to give you an example of the reference material that they utilized, and also to point out that at the end of the video, I will have all 5 sheets of reference material displayed, showing you the varying dosages, outcomes, so on and so forth, so you may delve into it on your own. But however, though, without further ado, let us begin. Top 5 can't miss sports supplements. Now remember, we can't cover everything, but we can at least pull some interesting excerpts out in the limited amount of time we have that may spark your interest. To proceed, sports supplements have become popular among fitness enthusiasts for enhancing the adaptive responses to exercise. This review analyzes 5 of the most effective ergogenic aids: creatine, beta-alanine, nitrates, caffeine, and protein. Keep in mind the nitrates, before we proceed, are naturally derived from beets, dark leafy greens, so on and so forth. Methods, quoting, "We conducted a narrative review of the literature with a focus on the supplements with the most robust evidence for efficacy and safety." And to reiterate, creatine, beta-alanine, nitrates, plant-based caffeine, and protein were shown to be the best ergogenic aids, with strong evidence supporting their efficacy and safety. Pulling the interesting parts out of each group, and let us begin. Beta-alanine. Overall, the evidence supports the efficacy of beta-alanine supplementation in improving anaerobic performance, particularly in activities lasting over 60 seconds. By increasing muscle carnosine levels, beta-alanine enhances the muscle's ability to buffer hydrogen ions, reducing fatigue and allowing athletes to sustain high-intensity efforts for longer periods. This makes beta-alanine a valuable supplement for athletes engaged in activities that rely heavily on anaerobic glycolysis, again, over 60 seconds. Now, without the debate, let's delve into the caffeine. A lot of people are on the fence, but let's look at the studies that they utilized. Caffeine. The International Society of Sports Nutrition recommends 3 to 6 milligrams a kilogram of body mass for performance enhancement. See the reference notes there. For cognitive benefits, doses of 1 to 3 milligrams a kilogram can decrease reaction time, increase speed, and improve memory. Caffeine is quickly absorbed within 1 hour of ingestion. It should be ingested 30 to 60 minutes before competition exercise for maximum ergogenic effects. Responses to caffeine vary among individuals due to tolerance, weight, and sensitivity, and that is an understatement. To proceed, creatine. People don't think of creatine as far as reducing muscle damage. That's why this paragraph is real interesting. They think explosive power. Yes, but this part's intriguing. Creatine. Rhyme. Supplementation has been reported to possibly reduce muscle damage and or amplify recovery from intense bouts of exercise. Other practical benefits from creatine for athletes are a reported reduction in muscle cramping and dehydration, and a possible reduction in musculoskeletal injuries. Athletes using creatine reported less incidence of heat illness, muscle cramping, muscle tightness, dehydration, pulled or strained muscles, non-contact related injuries, and overall injuries, and they had fewer missed days of practice. When you think of creatine, again, explosive power, this is definitely enlightening. All right, now to proceed. Again, nitrates, plant-based, not looking synthetic, beet, dark green leafy vegetables, so on and so forth. The study shows that nitrate supplementation is beneficial for sports performance. For endurance exercise, nitrates primarily decrease oxygen consumption and improve time to exhaustion. Other studies support the uses of nitrates to improve peak power output and resistance training. A limitation of these studies is a small sample size, just pointing it out. However, numerous meta-analysis and systematic analysis support these findings. This is quite interesting too. Beneficial effects on sports performance are reported in doses ranging between 5 to 16.8 millimoles, but the timing prior to the event, 2 to 3 hours before exercise. Normally you think right before, but 2 to 3 hours, that's quite intriguing, and that definitely it helps as far as maximize the benefit of these particular plant-based nitrates. Protein. I know it's like a no-brainer, but still just the same. Interesting information here in regard to protein. A systematic review comparing, for example, soy protein with whey protein found that soy could provide equivalent benefits in terms of muscle adaptation and antioxidant status, but did not consistently outperform whey regarding VO2 max or hormonal responses. Intriguing. Good to note. The optimal dosage of protein varies upon individual factors such as body weight, training intensity, and overall dietary protein intake. General guidelines suggest that athletes aim for a protein intake of 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day to support muscle growth and repair. Distributing protein intake evenly across meals can enhance protein synthesis throughout the day. Consuming 0.4 to 0.55 grams per kilogram of body weight per meal, as suggested by the research, optimizes muscle protein synthesis and prevents periods of amino acid deficiency, i.e., spread out throughout the day and not try to take it in all at once at night or again in the morning, whenever. But spreading out evenly, strong benefits. Now to bring it all home in the conclusion, to cover some areas we did not get a chance to include in these excerpts, here we go. Summary. Beta-alanine, creatine, caffeine, nitrates, and protein are among the most effective sports supplements that provide various benefits to athletes. Beta-alanine is known for enhancing exercise capacity by increasing carnosine levels, which helps buffer acid in muscles, thereby reducing fatigue. Recommended dose is about 2 to 5 grams per day. Creatine enhances high-intensity performance by replenishing PCR and ATP stores and improving strength, power, and lean body mass. Typical dose, about 3 to 5 grams per day. Caffeine improves alertness and focus and reduces pain perception during exercise, improving overall performance. Suggested dosage range between 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, taken 30 to 60 minutes before exercise. Nitrates, such as in beetroot juice, increase oxygen delivery to muscles, thus enhancing endurance. A typical dose, about 300 to 500 milligrams of nitrate, is usually consumed 2 to 3 hours before exercise. Protein, essential for muscle repair and growth, aiding in recovery and promoting skeletal muscle hypertrophy. The recommended intake varies based upon activity levels. Nonetheless, 1.5 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight are recommended. Higher intakes may further improve body composition via the loss of fat mass. Incorporating these supplements may help individuals achieve the particular performance and or body competition, well, it could be competition or composition goal that one may strive for. All right, excellent. Now let's bring up these excerpts into a full screen, so I'll disappear for a second. All right, let us look at beta-alanine. You can see all the reference material utilized. And again, I want you to pay special attention to these are randomized controlled trials. For those not familiar, they're more closer to the gold standard. Crossover placebo trials, so on and so forth. The RCTs are really good. All right, now next, let us begin. Let us look at creatine. See the randomized controlled trials? Leave it up for a couple seconds. You could pause it. It'll always be here. And go to the next one. Let us look at protein. Again, the different types. This is basically the reference material they utilized. Again, take your time. You can pause at any time. Now, the next one we are going to go to caffeine. Trials are utilized, RCTs. which is pretty interesting to utilize randomized controlled trials with caffeine. All right, and then to finish it off, the nitrates, the randomized controlled trials. See them all there? Again, pause, review, come back anytime you like. But let's begin to conclude it here. Once again, incredible, nice, easy to understand top 5 can't miss supplements brought to us by the researchers. Again, a narrative review of the ones that they saw had the most robust evidence for efficacy and safety. Again, as always, gratitude to the researchers. I am greatly humbled. I am humbled you watch and you watched. And I look forward to see what you and I both discover next week and share. All right, catch you all next time. See you then. Bye.